As I have moved on along this journey to better health using Mounjaro, I've discovered that we as a people, I do this myself, have a tendency to compare our progress with others. Oh, this person lost this amount of weight and they started it about the same time I did. What am I doing wrong? Instead of comparing ourselves to others, what I want us to do is set goals that is based off of our own selves. What can we accomplish? Where are we at today? And then using that information, we can set some realistic goals that we can use for tracking our progress. And sometimes we're going to have to modify our goals. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Jocelyn. I'm 46, I have type 2 diabetes, and I'm taking Mounjaro and using it with lifestyle changes to be healthier. So I'm doing 3 videos talking about what are my overall goals to get better health. The first video, which is this one, is about weight and measurement goals. The second video, I'll be discussing my health goals, specifically thyroid, lipid panels, and hemoglobin A1C. And the third video, I'll be discussing my fitness goals. Now let's talk about my weight and measurement goals. Now you may have seen these letters and you may be wondering what they are. We have CW, GW, HW, and they correspond to XYZ weight. So let's go over them. HW means your highest weight. This is the most you have ever weighed. Number 2 is SW, or your starting weight. This is the weight that you were at when you started on whatever your weight loss journey is. Maybe it's when you first started your injections on Mounjaro or any of the other GLP-1 drugs, or just when, if you're not on any of these, doesn't mean that these videos aren't relevant to you as well, because I'm doing a lot of stuff, not just taking Mounjaro, but also I am doing a lot of changes to what I'm eating and also to how I am exercising. CW is your current weight, so where you are at today. And GW is your goal weight. What is the weight you hope to achieve? Now, of course, highest, starting weight, current weight, that's all going to be dependent on whatever you are at in your own entire life. Goal weight is a little bit more challenging. And I actually, when I started on this, I'm like, I don't even know what my goal weight is. What am I supposed to achieve? I'm going to add in something else, which is IW, which is my ideal weight. So this is going to be whatever weight you are, that is what you think would look best on you. It can be something reflection back. So that's what I'm doing, reflecting back on what it was when I graduated high school, and actuality when I was 13 years old as well, about to be 14. Now, understand that there's going to be a lot of differences, and what mine is going to be different from yours. My highest weight is about 213 pounds. Now, I'm not going to really consider that on my journey because I actually weighed this about a year ago, and I've done definitely a lot of changes, but this is something to show that, Jocelyn, you weighed quite a bit. Let's not make sure we get up to that one. And I actually kind of fluctuated about 20 pounds over the last decade, but I haven't been consistently tracking my weight. So I don't really know what the weight, it might have been higher than that, but from what I can find, it was 213 pounds. Starting weight, which is 196.6. This is what I weighed on February the 23rd, 2024, when I started on this journey. Now, your highest weight and your starting weight might actually be the same. Current weight, as of today, I am 56 days in and I weigh 165.3 pounds. My goal weight, those get a little bit more confusing. And I actually wrote this video, the script for this video, about a month ago. And when I did it, I said, oh my gosh, I have a lot to lose. And that's what I put on there. But now I'm looking at my progress and I'm actually really surprised about where I'm at in my journey. And I'm going to share those numbers with you. I'm going to be showing you a lot of Excel spreadsheets. I promise you they're pretty simple. Doesn't mean you have to do all this. I'm not going to do any fancy calculations, any functions. It's just kind of some equals, minus this stuff kind of thing, and some basic Excel skills. Now, you don't have to follow it like this, but you can just chart it however you want to. But what I like to do is really like to see the progress, because sometimes I do get discouraged. I just did a video about how I achieved my high school weight, and I did it on Thursday, and it's Saturday morning, and I weighed 166.4 pounds, And now I'm at 165.3. Okay, this is the way this journey goes. There is no, goes up and down. But what I'm going to show you is the numbers that I use, how I'm pulling it together, and how I'm using those numbers in order to really determining what is my goal weight, my ideal weight, etc. So don't get too discouraged by the numbers and the Excel stuff. I promise you it's more simple than what you think. So let's look. And the first thing I did was you see a lot of things. One was I checked my BMI. And I said, I'm 5'7", and I needed to know what was the weight, right? Because we could say, okay, it's BMI. I started off at obese. This is how much I need to weigh, 159.9 to 191 in order to be considered overweight. And then we have healthy and then underweight. Okay. Now, what I like to do is, you can see I have charted every day, and I go in every day to track it. And I track a couple things. First is I put whatever my weight was when I first started. So I started really doing this on February the 23rd, started tracking things. And I took my first shot on this day. So I consider this one day in, right? So Saturday, Sunday is one day. Then I look at a couple of things. Here's my weight. Here's the dates. And this is my total weight loss. So you can see I'm just subtracting my 196.6 minus this date right here. And you can tell, and we'll look at these as we progress on. And this is my loss per day. And this helps me out to know, like, how much do I expect to lose? Because I wasn't quite sure. And when I made this video, it was about maybe the late in March. So you can see these numbers were all over the place. Like one day I had almost a 2-pound weight loss. How much until I reach a healthy weight, whatever that BMI was? So I tracked that as my weight to lose. I knew I need to lose 37.7 pounds. Which was, 196.6 minus 159. So that gives me a goal, like, this is how much and when I first started, it's like, oh my gosh, I got 40 pounds to lose. Sounds absolutely crazy. Then I actually track my fasting blood glucose as well, or blood sugar, and then my percentage of body weight loss. And you can see I have all my dates that I have my injections. So let's look at some of these things here. But as you can see, there's been a lot of different total weight loss, right? So I've lost 10.6 pounds by 9 days in, pretty good. And then it creeped back up to 9.7, creeped back up, right? My weight creeped up a little bit. And this happens quite a bit. But at this point, I lost 1 pound. Like I said, 1.9 pounds, almost 2 pounds. That's nice. Let's move on to where we're starting to see a little bit of a, not so much, right? Some weight here. Then I gained a little bit, lost, gain, lost, da-da-da-da. This is the way it works. So if you're concerned, you're like, oh my gosh, I gained some weight. Yeah, it happens. So let's all move down. Now, this one right here, I did not have a shot because I forgot it. So I needed to, so my shot day changed to this day because I thought I had took the shot, but I guess I didn't. So here we are today. This is where we're at today. And let's go ahead and pull that. I'm going to make a quick change here so we can see that. My total weight loss of this as of today is 31.3 pounds with an average loss of 0.6 pounds a day. It had plateaued down to 0.5, but I've been working out a lot. And this one went down to like 0.4. So I'm still going to try for 0.6 pounds a day. How much weight until my healthy weight, y'all? 6.3 pounds. I can't believe it. I don't feel like it's a healthy weight. 6.3 pounds. I still feel like I'm fat. I still feel, I've noticed now, like by the 7th week, I do notice the difference, but I still have a lot. But look at it, 37.4 pounds. That's when I started off. And I was like, oh, this is going to take forever. How long is this going to take? To now only needing 6.3. And this is my fasting. I've lost 18.80, almost 19% of my total body weight. And so those are the numbers there. Pretty exciting, right? 56 days in. There's been a lot of changes I've made, not only just taking Mounjaro, but also a lot of changes in what I'm eating. I hate to say diet because it's not a diet. It's how I'm changing what I'm eating. I even gave away food yesterday because I said, I don't want this in my house. It's not any good for me. And there's a buy nothing group, and I posted it, and I said, some other family can have this and enjoy it. And a young mother came and picked it up, and she said, my kids love this stuff. I said, awesome. I can't eat this junk no more. Nothing wrong with the food in particular, but my lifestyle has changed, and I just want to get it out. Instead of throwing it away, it's perfectly good food. I didn't eat a pineapple upside down cake. I don't eat them things. Those things are full of carbs, and if you've watched any of my videos, I'm going back to being vegan, so meat's not an option. And so someone picked that up yesterday, and so they'll have a nice little evening on me. All right, so that makes me feel good. I give it a little back to society as I make my little changes as well. That's me tracking it, and I do almost every morning. I have got on the scale about the same time. Get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, and then I weigh myself. As you can see, it changes. Some days I'm up, some days I'm down. But I think that checking, and you can check it however you want to. Some people say they check it once a week. Some people they don't check it until they go to the doctor's office. Whatever is comfortable for you, that's what you should do. But I find that checking it every day helps me to reaffirm that I'm on the right track. Yes, sometimes I forget. Like this morning, I was like, oh, I did lose a little weight. But I didn't realize that between Thursday and Friday, I had gained a little bit of weight. But I remember when I first started, when I did gain a little bit, it did make me feel kind of sad. So that's just a thing about whatever you want to do is perfectly, what you need. The next one I'm going to talk about is the ideal weight. Remember, I said I wasn't sure what goal weight I needed to be, etc. There were certain things that I knew that I wanted to do, but when it got down to, well, what the heck am I supposed to weigh? And let's go look at that. Now, you'll notice a lot of extra little dibblies in here. Don't worry about this. I wanted to see what my goal, how long would it take me to reach these particular sizes? And what did I do? I just went to Google and I said, what's the average size? And they are all over the place. So that's sort of weird. But on average, a size 14, and I'm only doing waist. And on average, size 14 is a 35-inch waist. And I did this by what was the date I achieved this. So this was the first weight that I was at. And I was at 41.5 inches in my waist. So that was my starting weight. And then I think I just happened to take the measurement. So you can see this is when I actually started to really tracking these numbers and kind of giving myself these different goals. And when I originally wrote the script, which is about a month ago. Then a size 16. And what did I do? Again, this was when I reached that goal because this was about where I was at anyways. Now, what I did was, don't ask me where I came up with 18. I think I just figured where it's this is like an inch off. I figured 18 days I could do it. Where I got 18, I don't know. You might do 30 days. You might do 45 days. I don't know. I was able to achieve that goal on the 16th. So we're doing really, really good. Now, what is my current size in my waist? The last time I checked it, I was a little surprised that I didn't lose more weight in my waist. I'm at still at 35, so I lost a little bit. So I am, as of today, I'm still technically a size 14, but the 14s are getting kind of large. They're hard. I need at least a belt. I don't think I'm right there at a 12. Apparently, according to the size charts of women's clothing, I'm not there yet. But hopefully within 18 days, I'll be able to achieve it. And I think I will be able to do that. Let's go on to these dates for the goal weight, multiple goal weights, ideal weight. This is my starting date, and this is the date that I achieved it. Now, when I originally started this, I just had I had expected date. I'm going to achieve this, and I did not. I did not achieve it. My first goal weight was the transition from being obese to overweight. I needed to be at 191. Again, remember, I started I started doing this in March, so I had already hit this goal. How did I come up with 180? It's been so long, I had to go back. Now to transition from my goal weight, my first one, being overweight, which I achieved, which was 191, to my normal weight, I did a little bit of subtraction. I took 191 minus 159. So that was 32. And I said, maybe I could do that over 3 months. So 32 divided by 3 is equal to 10. We'll just round that up to 11 pounds for every single month. What I ended up doing was making 4 goals. This would be about month 1. This would be about the second month, and this would be about the third month. But you could see we're starting off March, April, May. Now, if you look at the number here at the top, it'll say 20 days. Don't ask me where I got 20 from. I must have had something. Again, I wrote this a while ago. Things have to change. I don't know where I got the 20 from. But I thought within 20 days, I should be able to lose 11 pounds. And let's say 11 divided by 20 is 0.5. Yeah, so I was thinking I was losing about 0.6. There it is. I was losing about 0.6 a day. Let's bring it down a little bit to 0.5 pounds a day. That's where I came up with 20. And you can see if you go back to this one, I started to not lose 0.6 pounds a day anymore. I was down to 0.5. So I definitely overblew this number. And I actually did not reach it until the 16th. Now, does that mean I failed? Heck no. It just means I need to revise it. So I'm going to change this now to the 16th. And then I'm going to still keep it at 20. We're going to just see what it's like. Equals this plus 20. Now, my new one is now the 6. Now, should I keep it at 20? I don't think so, because I'm really not doing this. It took me an extra 4 days in order to reach my goal. So I'm going to give this 25, almost a month. And I imagine this may be even worse as I go through. Not worse, but this may change because as you start to lose more weight, it gets harder to lose those last couple of pounds. Now, so this is my new expected weight of being normal. But remember, I only have, let's go back to this number here. Scoot over. I have 6.3 pounds to lose. Can I lose 6 pounds in about a month? Probably so. So this might change as well. Now we have my ideal weight, which of course at the first part is whatever my normal weight is. Ideally, medically, it should be no more than what, according to statistics or whatever the health says, I should be no higher than the normal weight of a BMI. So I just kept those exactly the same. Then I have ideal weight 2, and you see, ideal weight, I'm going to change this up. Ideal weight 2, ideal weight 3, ideal weight 4, ideal weight 5, and ideal weight 6. Constantly still looking at some goals. Now this one says I should achieve it by the 22nd, again 20 days, so this needs to be changed. I'm going to do equals this, and what do we say? 25 equals this plus 25. So there we have a different than the changes. Now, instead of reaching my lowest ideal weight, and I'll tell you what that is, it is now going down to August instead. So a little less than a month. Now, what are those ideal weights? The first one, again, this was just whatever the normal weight is. We're going to start there. Ideal weight number 2. I know that by the time I start getting down to here to my normal weight, it is going to take me a lot longer to lose weight. So I still had 20 days, but instead of these numbers here, I said 7 pounds. This is where I get 7. 159 minus 7 is 152 minus 7 minus 7. And I'm just going to keep these at still up to 25. Now you'll see this number here, I just kept subtracting 7. So say 145 minus 7. Okay. Now you have these two right here, ideal weight number 5 and ideal weight number 6. Ideal weight number 6 is 124.6, which is how much I weighed when I was 13 years old, about to be 14. I changed that to reflect the BMI because I was a little bit shorter back then. And therefore, about the lowest weight I have been since I can recall is 136.5. Perhaps I can get down to 124.6. So that is my ideal weight. And I hopefully will reach that on the 19th of August. There you go. Those are my goals, my ideal weight, my measurements, and what I'm going to be doing in order to keep track and keep progress of stuff. And it's based off of me. You can make those changes, right? I said 20 days is too lofty. I couldn't make it. Let's up that up to 25. But at least gives me some goals. It gives me some things where I can visualize. I like numbers. If you like numbers, we all really do. We step on the scale. That's why we step on the scale, because we like those numbers. But keeping track helps me to understand how my body's responding. Do I need to do a little bit more? I think I'm all right. I think what I'm doing right now seems to be okay, and I can keep on this track right here. Of course, we always would like the progress to go a little faster, but I know that slow and steady wins slow and steady wins the race. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment what you are doing if you are tracking your numbers. Are you doing things like I'm doing? What is your goal weight? How much weight do you need to lose? That sort of thing. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.